Ching ching ching! Let me hear them dollar ring. Hello and namaste and welcome to MOM Square. I'm Vivek Shetty, an engineer by profession and an investor by addiction. If you and I share the same addiction, we are on the right page. Yes, guys, we are on the right YouTube page. And while you're here, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. Guys, I mean it. Let me say it slow. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. And if you like the content, please press the like button too. Okay guys, today's video is part 2 of part 5. I do claim it's part 5, however, we might add another part 2 to make sure that we're covering all the stocks, okay? So part 2 of part 5, wherein I'm gonna talk about the 19 stocks. Yes, 19 stocks. How I came up with the number, it's really no method to the madness there. I mean, I try to stay under 20 stocks in my portfolio. That way I can have a better visibility to each of these stocks, research about them. And, if I do exit out of a stock or do plan on bringing a 21st stock or the number 21 stock in my portfolio, then I'll pull one out, okay? But right now my list is only with 19 stocks, which means there's an open slot for one more stock, which you guys can recommend in the comment section and I'll deep dive into it. If it fits with my investment style, I'll definitely make it a 20 stock portfolio or 20 stock that I'm going to invest in, okay? So once again, guys, this is part 2 of part 5 of the 19 stocks that I'm going to invest in. Basically, I'm going to invest roughly $150,000 when the market is going to crash, which I do believe because of the fundamental reasons or technical reasons that there is a downturn coming, which shouldn't be hopefully a surprise for a lot of you. I can't time it. I'm not going to predict it's going to be next month or a week or whatever it is, but I do expect it's coming soon. So I'm sitting on a cash pile waiting for making the investment, okay? And these are the 19 stocks we're going to talk about or invest in. Today's video, we're going to cover 3 of the stocks out of the 19. The part 1 also covered 3 stocks. So if you haven't already checked out what those 3 stocks were, go check them out in the link section or the description section. I'm going to put a link to it, okay? The very first stock we're going to talk about today is OZSC, okay? OZSC Energy Solutions. This is a stock that I was invested in last year. I made good 200% return on it. The stock is, by the way, all 3 stocks today are penny stocks. Not a huge penny stock investor kind of guy, but it's good to have a small portion of your portfolio in penny stocks. That way, the growth opportunity is there. You never know what's the next big thing, right? So yeah, I did trade in penny stocks. I do plan on invest in penny stocks when the market crashes. Okay, not trade. The OZSC ticker symbol, like I said, is for OZSC Energy Solution. It trades at around 7 to 8 cents right now, which is cheap, right? And I plan on investing around $5,000 in it. Okay, and I'll obviously right here on the screen, you'll see the breakdown at what intervals I do plan on getting in, right? Price targets at which I want to put 50%. I break down my, let's say, $5,000, what I want to put into the stock. I'll break it down into, okay, now I'm going to put 50%, 30%, and 20%, or whatever the split is, okay? I may or may not hit this target price, but I'm going to play it by the books, maintain some discipline. If there is some changes that happens where I feel like I need to change my target price or entry point, I will do the needed, but we'll keep you guys posted, okay? And I do plan on keeping you updated as and when I add these stocks, okay, to my portfolio. So who is OZSC Energy Solution, right? First of all, it's a global company. They basically develop, they design, they manufacture, and they sell basically or distribute ultra high power chargers, inverters, and power supplies, okay? We all know how there's going to be a lot of focus on green energy. We're all hyped about EV stock. We see that segment growing quite a bit already. And there's a lot more to do in that segment in terms of growth. Outside of EV though, there is solar, there is power grids, there's like wind turbines, there's renewable sources of energy that's also been looked into. Okay, fuel cell technology, right? I mean, there's multiple such similar segment or multiple minor segments, if you want to call it, wherein there's a lot of focus in the going green, right? And we know that is going to be the next big growth opportunity. And that's why OZOP is on my list, because they have, first of all, they got a huge market. I wouldn't say huge market share. They're gaining a good amount of market share. Okay, if you start following this, if you aren't already researching about this company, do start researching it. There's constant news that pops up about this. It's a small company, of course. Constant news that pops up with regards to their new business wins and whatnot, which is exciting, right? Exciting times. Smaller business deals, however, good growth opportunity. The recent one I saw was where they took an entire building and added solar. I mean, basically made it completely green in a way. They got EV chargers. It's like a mall, I believe. Again, I'll be doing some in-depth research on these stocks and ticker symbols in the videos later on. Right now, the goal is just to talk through what these stocks are. Okay, so just to give you an idea what this company is about. What excites me is their customer base. The customer base is, I mean, they work with U.S. Army, NASA, Navy, Ford Motors, Eaton, Delphi, Caterpillar, Georgia Power, Exxon. I mean, they got a good list of customer base. Again, they don't do a whole lot of things in terms of dollar amount. However, they got the foot in the door with big names, which acts as a what you call a marketing pitch for them too, right? And that's not, obviously, having a good customer base is one thing, but it also highlights that they got products and service that is reliable and is to that level where these these customers have worked with them or partnered with them, right? So that's how I look at it. Okay. Yeah, basically that's the high level summary of OZSC. Okay. The next stock we're going to talk about is ASXC. Now, this is one of those stocks. First of all, this used to be the old ticker symbol was TRXC. Last year, I think earlier this year, they changed their ticker symbol, or they changed their name to, actually. They're now called ASXC. Okay, ASXC Surgical Inc. Basically, it's an interesting company. First of all, I invested or traded in this stock as well. It is one of my regrets pulling out of the stock. I mean, I legit hate myself for pulling out from these stocks, because I bought into TRXC when it was trading as a ticker symbol as TRXC. I got into them at like 35 cents. I had 20,000 stocks of TRXC at 35 cents. And guess what? They go all the way up to like $6.75 or almost $7 earlier this year. And I sold them. What's worse about it is I sold them maybe like 15 days to a month before this whole price action happened with them. Okay. And the reason I sold them was purely with the intention of getting back into it within a few days or a month time, because I wanted to pull that money and do some trading. This was last year. Again, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have. Again, we all make mistakes. It's one of those stocks that I knew this company has great potential, but I pulled out of it too early. Okay. Once again, with ASXC, I do plan on investing $5,000 as well. And my price target's a little too aggressive on the lower side. Again, that's because I believe the price action happened too early or too quick, going from like 35 cents to like $1, $2, and then it went all the way to like $6.75. And I do believe it will come back down. Now, I mean, given now it's trading at around $3, my price target to enter into this stock is at $1.50. Okay, some of you might say there's no way it's coming there. Again, we're talking about a situation where there's going to be a market crash, so it is possible, right? And then I'll, again, split this into 50, 30, and 20. Again, you'll see it on the screen, okay? Now, what is TRXC, or what is ASXC, right? So they're basically an interface between patients and surgeons. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with laparoscopy, okay? This is where they operate human beings, right? Or animals too, but let's stick to human beings in this example. They operate it without actually doing an open surgery, right? They put some needles in you, and then it's still a surgery wherein they basically put some needles in your stomach, Again, I'm not a medical expert by any means. I do obviously read research about it, what the product is, and so forth. They put those needles in your stomach, they inflate it, okay, so they got more room to work and and such, and then they do the surgery, whatever the case is, right? I mean, they're working with addressing one of your organs or whatever it is. Now, that's been existing for a long time. However, what ASXC is doing is improving the automation or improving the interaction between your surgeon and the patient. And the aspect I like about it is the surgeon could be sitting anywhere in the world and he can still operate this patient, right? So in medical field, it's all about timing, right? If you have a patient that's critical in a particular situation, it needs to be addressed in a timely fashion, and that's where seeing the right doctor at the right time and getting the surgery done at the right time is so critical. And that's where I believe this equipment that they have developed, they have something called as their Senhance system, wherein it has a couple features like eye tracking. So like literally, if the surgeon is moving in the front, he can zoom in towards that organ, and he also has haptic sensing. Haptic sensing is nothing more like, think about like your joystick when you're playing a video game, like you're playing whatever game it is, right? Haptic sensing, they literally have this call it Caesar or whatever equipments, right? And that he's so basically he has hands-on thing that he's doing while the patient could be sitting miles away or regions away, and the surgery could be happening live, right? So it's like basically video game, but with somebody's life, okay? So haptic and eye tracking. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm not a surgeon by any means. So pardon me if one of you are in the field, you can educate us more about it. But this is call it a dumbed down version because I can understand it, right? Dumbed down version of my understanding about what this company does. And obviously there's more technical way to put it, but I'm trying to keep it simple as well. So basically it's digitalizing the whole surgery aspect of it, right? With the eye tracking, the haptic sensing. So there is reduced cost that comes with it, and the efficiency and precision that comes with it. So this is like micro level surgeries that can be done. That's how cool their equipments are. They're already selling these equipments too. It's not like their development or research phase, right? They're selling these equipments. I do think it's just a matter of time that they will start to see some scaling in business happen. And that's why I'm excited about this stock. Now, it is trading at $3. I would love to get back in at $3, but I'm not doing it because, again, we're talking about a scenario where there's a market crash happening to a magnitude of 30% plus, right? Again, don't quote me on this. I'm just trying to say why my target price is at $1.50. Okay, so that's ASXC for you guys. The next stock that I like, and it basically is on my list, is CELZ. Once again, in the medical field, because again, guys, most of these 19 stocks are in what's the next big thing, right? Other than being green, focus on EV and whatever we discussed, right? The solar, we call it renewable energies of that sort. The next big thing that's happening is going to be in the medical segment. So keep an eye on that too, because I do feel the best investments you can make is in yourself, which in this case is health and the environment and whatnot. Okay. So yeah, CELZ stands for basically their ticker. The company name is Creative Media Technologies Holding Inc. Okay. It's a commercial stage biotechnology company which is committed to improving patients living, patient basically living in a condition where there's a dysfunction of an organ, dysfunctionality of any sort, right? This company has quite a few patents that's exist with them. I think around 15 patents that they market or publicize on their website. Go check it out. I mean, it ranges anywhere from diabetes to liver dysfunction, heart failure. What are the few products they got? They got a product called I'm gonna read some of my notes here. Caverstem. basically it's to help with erectile dysfunction. They got CELZ, which is to do with female sexual dysfunction. So again, erectile dysfunction, if you guys don't know, I'm guessing a lot of people already know about this, but there's some 30 million people affected across the United States with an erectile dysfunction disorder. So I know there is already, medications out there that helps with it, but those are tablets. What's neat about CELZ's product is it's done in a natural way, where they're using your own stem cells, to make it a naturalized or natural way of treating this particular dysfunctionality. Okay, same goes with the CELZ. They talk about how 30% of the women lose their sensitivity. Again, in the sexual terms, I'm not gonna obviously deep dive into this, guys. We're all adults here. We know what we're talking about. Okay, 30% of the women are affected with this condition, and once again, they use no drugs to treat this. This is more using your own stem cell. Okay, if you guys don't know about, again, these are all technical or medical terms. I had to research some of this to get a better understanding. I'm trying to maybe oversimplify this. Okay, the stem spine technology, which is an interesting one too, because I have a lot of back issues myself, right? And that really, I spend a lot of money on an annual basis to go to my chiropractor, to do physical therapy and whatnot with bulge disc. The stem spine technology is where they're literally, people with degenerative disc disease, that's what they call it. It helps them with, they use their own cells again to improve or repair those discs. Okay, so it's again a natural way of doing it. It's not more like the medicine way. So I mean, anything that's natural way to heal it, you should be excited about, because a lot of people, including myself, I hate medicines in general. I mean, I did get my vaccine shots for COVID with a lot of resistance, but I did do it for the sake of my family, for the sake of everybody else around me and such. Okay, so if you haven't done it, please do consider getting the vaccine for COVID as well. I had to do that plug, right? Then they got basically, again, anything that you can think of. This is more like a regenerative medicine, which basically means that repair, replacement, or regrowth of a human, cell, tissue, organs. That's what it falls into regenerative medicine. Okay, without using the actual medicine, it's or tablets or whatever it is. It's more natural form of doing it, using your own stem cells to repair them. Okay, or to restore them. So guys, hopefully this was helpful for you to understand. Just again, these are high-level overviews of the three companies. We'll deep dive into it and share additional information as to why I'm going after these companies. Rationalize my decision in a way, so we can all be on the same page. And hopefully, if you agree with my investments, or if you agree with these three stocks, or have any other recommendations for me about these three stocks, if you think it's a dud, do let me know. Okay. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon, and do definitely leave the like, click the like as well. Adios.